I'm going to be showing you how to make coconut curry scallops with garlic butter. And this is very similar to the recipe that I made earlier this week with salmon. So I'm going to be making it today with scallops. I'm going to be making a couple of different adaptations to it. But for the most part, it's going to be following that same recipe that is from Half Baked Harvest, if you want to go and check out the original recipe over there. So the first thing that I'm going to show you how to do is to prepare the scallops for this dish. Okay, so these are my scallops, and what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be seasoning them with a spicy curry powder. And the curry powder has in it ground cumin, ground ginger, paprika, cayenne, garlic powder, cinnamon, kosher salt, and black pepper. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take my spice blend here, and I'm actually just going to dip my scallop in it. Okay, so those are all seasoned with my spicy curry powder. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these under the broiler for about 2 minutes. So actually, before we put this in the broiler, I need to pour some honey on these. I forgot about the honey part. So this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of honey to be dripped on what was originally in the original recipe, the salmon, but in this one that I'm making on these scallops. So let's see how this turns out. You know, I'm kind of just experimenting here with this dish. So, all right, so that's my honey. And one trick that I have for you when it comes to putting honey in a measuring cup or in a measuring spoon is to rub it with a little bit of oil first, or spray it with a little bit of nonstick spray, and the honey will not stick to it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these under the broiler for about 2 minutes. All right, and here are our scallops that have been broiled. Okay, so I ended up putting them under for about 3 minutes actually. And they probably could have gotten a little bit more color, but I think that they'll be just fine for what we're going to be doing with our curry. Got a skillet on about medium heat, and I am melting down 2 tablespoons of salted butter. And I'm also going to be adding in here 3 teaspoons of grated ginger, and a 1/4 cup of red curry paste. And I use a brand called Thai True. They are a small company headquartered in Portland, Oregon. So pretty local to us. It's what's in the state. And it's really good. I really enjoyed this curry powder, or sorry, curry sauce. I don't normally like the jarred curry sauce from, like, what is that one brand, Thai Kitchen? I mean, no shade to them or anything like that. It's just personal preference. I'm not as into that one as I am into this one. I also really like supporting a local company. That makes me happy. So the more local that I can try to eat my food, the better. All right, so I'm gonna let those kind of melt together. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my coconut milk. My fish sauce and my soy sauce. And this original recipe calls for broccoli, and I made it the other day with broccolini and it turned out great. I have some leftover bok choy here and I would just want to use it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in instead of the broccoli that the recipe calls for. Okay, now I'm going to give that a stir. Make sure that it all gets mixed together. Okay, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add my scallops. Okay, and I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. Okay, so while our scallops are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get 4 tablespoons of softened butter in here, as well as 4 cloves of minced garlic. And for my minced garlic and my minced ginger, I actually use these cubes that are frozen, and then in this instance, I defrosted them. And that's just going to go ahead and melt down and cook together and be really delicious. Alright, so here we have our finished product. We have our scallops and our curry sauce with our bok choy over rice. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this garlic butter drizzled over it. Oh wow, that looks so good. Alright, so I have my dish of curry here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try it. Alright, make sure to get a little bit of scallop in there, some rice, and some sauce. So, I think I like it with the salmon better. I'm more familiar with cooking salmon, so I think I got to cook on the salmon better the other night than I did on these scallops. But it's still really delicious. I mean, the sauce is what really makes it. It's super tasty. And I could very happily eat more of this. It's good. Alright, so if you want to make this recipe yourself or make the salmon version, I have gone ahead and linked the recipe in the description below. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. My goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this month. And let me know what you think of this style of video, alright? Thanks!